Hold on, guys. Just making some edits here. I'm trying to pull up chat on my computer, but my computer's being weird right now. 1 second. All right, 1 second. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I do not know. Okay, so basically what happened, for those who are confused by that, essentially what happened was when I tried to invite Corey, when I tried to invite them to the thing, I tried to go on to Ubisoft Connect to get in touch with them, but Ubisoft Connect would not open for some reason. It just kept, it just wouldn't do anything. So I gave up and we decided to go into the match. Finally, as the match is starting, suddenly Ubisoft Connect decides to start. But for some reason, since it interfered with the gameplay, it just killed the game. It was hilarious. But now I'm trying to get my computer working so I can read chat. Right now it's being kind of angry with me. Let me do a forced restart, because I cannot read chat without it on. Alright, now let me go to YouTube and monetize this dang thing. Guys, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. That was so funny. I can't be mad at it. I'll say this. Tonight may not be my best streaming night, but it is definitely one of my most entertaining. It is definitely one of my most entertaining. Adjust the thumbnail here. Add it to the playlist there. Adjust that. Okay. Pull up YouTube on my pooter. I'm not gonna lie, that was so funny. Was it really a connection issue? No, Slander, what it was for some reason it would not open Ubisoft Connect when I was trying to find that other person to add. And finally when we started the game, suddenly it opened Ubisoft Connect during the game, and when I tried to leave it, it just froze. It just wouldn't let me do anything. It wouldn't let me move. It wouldn't let me press any buttons. It was insane. It was so weird. Oh, that was so weird. Okay, let's just wrap up tonight. I'm going to do one more Dominion map. Requirements. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Because it froze me, it's giving me a matchmaking penalty. Wow. Wow. So I have to wait 8 minutes before I can pull. Let me at least see if I can go to breach. I can't even do my... Okay. Wow. So Ubisoft basically said to me, screw. They said, we're not going to let you play the game and we're going to punish you for it. I'm going to use a slanderous line here. That's a real Ubisoft moment. You know, guys, I opened tonight with a prayer that we have a good time tonight. And this is not how I expected us to have a good time. This is not what I thought would happen. But oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm in tears right now laughing so hard. The good Lord has a sense of humor, and he is demonstrating that with me tonight. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Okay, well. Oh my gosh. Well, while we're waiting, let me grab myself another drink. I'm almost out here. Be right back. Oh my gosh. I'll just grab a Powerade from the fridge. Powerade's good for you, I think. Oh my god. Why not play the campaign? Tell you what, sometime I'll do that. Not tonight. I don't have time. This is what happens when Lark goes to Romania. I shudder to think what would happen if he goes to China or New Zealand. He probably won't ever go to China. Maybe New Zealand. I know I'm going to Japan and Korea, so those are places I'm going. Alright, well, if it's not going to let me... What it will let me do, what I know it'll let me do is it'll let me play just the AI. So we'll turn off all matchmaking, so it'll just be me and AI. That's it. So that's what we'll do for the rest of the night. You should play... You could play arcade. Oh, I could actually play arcade. Yeah, that is something I could do. I'm already in this match, so let's just do it. Oh my, that is just so funny. I can't stop laughing about how silly that was. I know it's lame to watch me play against bots, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Corey, oh no, dude, don't feel bad, Corey. Like, no, that's genuinely not your fault. It is not your fault this happened. It was my fault for trying to trust Ubisoft with this. Okay. Let's see how good my team is tonight. Of bots. Oh my gosh, I've got a Peacekeeper, an Orochi, and a Conk. They've got an Orochi, a Lawbringer, a Zerker, and a Raider. That's a recipe for disaster. The question is, are they bot 2 or 3? Bot 3, probably. Knowing my luck. Yeah, definitely bot 3s. That is some smart playing from this Lawbringer. Got to get some health back. That'll do. Finally, got this boy. Whew. Everything is just a bit racist? What are we talking about? I literally must have missed something. What did I miss? Hey Raven, I watched your video on Wizard of the Coast and I totally agree. I'm starting to what is going to be problematic next. Lizard's Vote, Dragonborn, Kinku, like what kind of damn metric are they even using? I actually had someone comment that I just misunderstood what they're saying. They're basically, he said that what they're doing is they're kind of changing the rules a little bit so that now there's a whole new way of looking at half races. So it's not them being racist or anything. It's just a change in the way they do things that makes sense. And my response to that is, okay, then why did he say that half races are inherently racist? No! No! No, I countered that. No! No! What the? He just sank through the... What? What? What's going on? My Highlander broke the laws of physics. Wow. Hey Raven, have you seen the new One Piece chapter 1080? No, I haven't had the chance yet. Don't spoil it. Please don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I want to read it. Don't spoil it for me. I haven't had the chance. Oh no! Yeah. Anyway, what the F is this? I don't even know. Yeah, thank you, Tio DeSalgo. Glad to be back. It's been what a weird night. What a weird night. It's been a fun night though. I will say that it has been very entertaining. All right, let's take C. This has been a very interesting night. I just don't understand how anyone can say half races are inherently racist. I want to know, like, why you think that. Crap. Yes, I killed him. Crap! Ah, I mistimed the dodge. Anyway. Hey Raven, what is your favorite elven race in the Elder Scrolls? I like wood elves. They're pretty tight. I have no idea what half dragons come from when a bard rolls a nat 20 seduction check on a dragon. I thought that's where we got kobolds from. Aren't kobolds like lizard people or whatever? I don't know all my races yet. I have of what I've made, of the 3 characters I've made, I have a centaur, I have a yuan ti, like one of those snake people, and I have an oni. So I have 3 different races. Not bad, PK. Let me finish this lady off. This time you're not going to sink into the back rooms, right? You're not going to fall into the basement on me, are you? You're not going to go into the depths of hell itself. There we go. Hey Raven, did you ever see Hetyd? What's a Hetyd? What's Hetyd? Never heard of Hetyd. Wait, is that a bot fighting in a spawn zone? I had no idea bots could be toxic. I have learned something today. What elf race is better? Lord of the Rings, Elden Ring, Skyrim, or Dungeons and Dragons? I'm not even going to touch that question with a 10-foot pole. I know I'll be wrong. How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, How to Train Your Dragon. I watched the first movie. I haven't watched any of the others. Crap. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. I killed the damn Orochi lady with the big sword. Yeah, everyone's saying right now Tolkien has the best, and I would probably agree, but I know that if I say that, someone's going to say, well, what about this facet of, like, like Warhammer elves? And I'm like, I don't know enough. Good parry. Good parry again. Crap. And he's dead. Hey Raven, did you hear about how Wizards of the Coast made a space monkey race, but then Twitter people said they were black people, so they got rid of it? I've never heard of that, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Space monkey race, huh? Space monkey? Really? That's what they're making now? Space monkeys? Okay, if you insist. Where are going Zerg. No, you don't. I'm gonna practice my dodge. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Anyway, hey Raven, I just found out that there's a male version of Sisters Battle. They're called the Crusaders. Oh, well, I didn't know that. I did not know that there was a male version of Sisters of Battle. I thought that the Sisters of Battle were the female versions of Space Marines, but shows. That's why I don't make Warhammer content anymore. How to Train Your Dragon is better than Kung Fu Panda, but Kung Fu Panda trilogy is better than How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. I'm not gonna get into that one. Tekken 8 should have Baska and Sinchai. Both are very different fighters compared to Brian and Bruce. Balkaw got sweeps left. I'm missing something there. I'm missing something. I saw the thumbnail. I didn't know that Romania was a blasted nuclear hellscape with death claws running around. The reason I did that was because Lark likes Fallout, and so that's his Fallout NCR character, and I thought I'd just do that to please him. All right, we can go into Breach now. We're no longer bound by that 8-minute bullcrap. You got to defend your 40k opinion with deadly force these days. Well, the problem is, I don't mind being told facts about Warhammer that I don't already know. Like, I don't mind being educated on Warhammer. That's not a problem. I want to be. I want people to tell me, like, more about Warhammer because it's something that I want to learn and be better at, you know? Like, I'm totally fine with that. It's what I would expect, genuinely. But I feel like every time I get into a discussion on Warhammer or I say something about Warhammer, there's someone who comes out to tell me, dude, you are just so wrong. You are just so unbelievably wrong. And I'm kind of like, well, geez, you know, like, I didn't mean to offend. But, like, I got into a conversation on Discord with one person who was making a joke about how humanity is way worse than the Eldar. And I was, you know, kind of shooting back, saying that humanity's not all that bad. The Eldar have problems, too. And then he said, dude, the Imperium of Man is so bad that the Sith Empire of Star Wars is better. And I was like, whoa, no, dude, that's going too far. The Sith Empire is way worse. And then he's like, no, I mean, the Imperium of Man is obviously stronger than the Sith Empire, but I mean in terms of morals, the Imperium of Man is worse. I'm like, no, I'd still say the Sith are worse. And then we start getting into a debate about it. And again, I don't mind the debate. The debate is fine. We can have a debate. And my whole point was that, look, your whole point is, what his point was, if you take the Imperium of Man and take it and put it into any other universe, they would be bad guys, not good guys. Agreed. But you know the Sith Empire, it doesn't matter what universe I put them in, they're the bad guys regardless of where I send them. So to me, that means that under the proper context, the Imperium of Man can be seen as morally altruist. Whereas the Sith Empire, no matter what circumstance you put them in, are morally evil, and that was my point. And then eventually he just tells me, dude, I respect you, cool, but if you're going to talk Warhammer, you need to research the damn lore. And I'm like, okay, geez, I thought that I did. I'm waiting on you to tell me where I'm wrong, but all you do is keep listing all the bad things the Imperium of Man does. And I never said that they didn't do bad things. I am well aware that they do bad things. That's not what we're talking about. I'm trying to get you to tell me how the Sith Empire is somehow less bad. And I'm like, stop listing atrocities of the Imperium of Man, because I can list atrocities of the Sith Empire, and we can go all day. My point is, his whole argument comes down to, well, if you put the Imperium of Man in another world, they're the bad guys. Yeah, but the Sith Empire are the bad guys in their own world, and would be the bad guys in any other world you put them in. So the Sith Empire is morally evil regardless of context. The Imperium of Man is only evil if you change the context. I'm like, do you not understand? And then he tries to argue, well, if it wasn't for the Imperium of Man, the great wars that's been going on wouldn't have happened. Because before the Imperium of Man started the Great Crusade, the orcs were kind of, being dealt with. The Tyranids hadn't shown up. The Tau hadn't shown up yet. The Eldar were comfortably doing their own thing. The Dark Eldar weren't a problem, and Chaos was kind of leaving everything alone. And then I'm like, I'm sorry, what about the War of Heaven? What about Slaaneish's birth? Are we going to forget all of that? My opinion was that the Imperium of Man was just another gritty, dark aspect to this world, just like everything else. But clearly I don't know enough. And here's the thing, I'm not saying he's wrong, and I'm not telling anyone, oh, dude, y'all should just agree with me. No, because I could very well be wrong. I could be 100% wrong, and the Imperium of Man is the objective evil bad group in 40K. And maybe that's the way it's meant to be. Maybe that's the way it was always meant to be. I don't agree. I think that's dumb, and I think that goes against the very idea of Warhammer 40K as a concept, as a grim, dark universe where everyone is bad. But according to this guy and a lot of people, the Imperium Man is just awful. They're just evil. They're the worst faction. They're objectively the worst. Like the Necrons, Eldar, Tau, all better. Just all, at least, and the Orcs, at least they're funny. But and Chaos actually makes sense. But Imperium Man, just evil. They're fascists. They're wrong. And I'm like, Jesus, guys. Like, I thought there was nuance here. But apparently, you cannot like the Imperium of Man unironically. You can't look at them and say, no, I think there's actually good to them. I think there's some good involved there, too, on top of the bad. No, you can't. Dude, they're the worst. They're just the absolute worst. And if you can't realize that, you're wrong. Well, then clearly I'm wrong. But if that's the case, I don't need to make Warhammer 40K content anymore. Because if I can't even understand this most basic of principles, then I don't need to talk about it. See, I know history. I know martial arts. I know weapons combat. I know these things. These are all things I know. That's why I can talk about For Honor and history through that context. But Warhammer, I don't know enough about. I just don't know enough about it. And I'm not going to get in, and I don't want to get into an argument every single time I release a video about it with people saying, look, you just don't know enough about the lore. This is the way it is. And if you actually do the research, okay, then I'm not going to waste my time. That's what it comes down to. My thought was every faction does bad, but it is all in the context of they're all trying to stay alive. All of the factions, all of the groups are all trying to stay alive within the context of their own world. That was the way I thought it worked. And so they do atrocious, awful things that we would never do in our own societies because we don't live in that same circumstance. But it seems I was very much wrong. It seems the Imperium of Man is just objectively morally evil and there is nothing good about them. That they are the cause of all the problems in Warhammer. And if I would just do my damn research, I would know that. So rather than keep making false content, I just won't make the content. That's why I made that decision. I just got $20 from Dale Expert. Hey Raven, if you want to learn more about Warhammer 40K, I would recommend Major Kill for some short bursts of lore and Adeptus Ridiculous. Both are funny and easy to get into. I like Major Kill. I enjoy his work. He's very entertaining to follow, and I like his work. But that doesn't change my position. I want to learn more about Warhammer 40K lore because I find it fascinating, and I'm not giving up on the hobby. I enjoy following it. I'm just not making any more content about it, especially when there are people like Major Kill out there who can make it far better and far more entertaining than I could. Regardless, you still know more than the Templin Institute. Actually, you know the funny thing is, I started thinking that I shouldn't make any more Warhammer content back when Danny Fortuna joined me on that response video to Templin. I was glad to have him on there. He was awesome, but he proved through his conversation that he knew way more than I ever thought. I thought at that point that I had a pretty decent understanding. I did not. I was vastly out of my element. All right, let's sorry, that made me a little disappointed there. Why didn't you leave me alone, Peacekeeper? Got him. Raven Knight needs online bodyguards. No, it's fine. I don't care if people want to criticize me. Let them. Let me get criticized. I don't care. But the issue is, it's all the same criticism, and I have no way to refute it. When people tell me you don't know enough about what you're talking about, when it comes to Warhammer 40k, they're probably right. I probably don't know enough about what I'm talking about. If it were history or martial arts, I know a thing or two because I've studied that crap. But when it comes to 40k, that's not something I know enough about, and I agree with them. But if that's going to be the constant criticism, then okay, I'm not going to make any more content on it. That's the way I stand. If you were to ask me where I think everything went wrong in 40k, I think it started with the War in Heaven. I think that the Necron tier and the old ones got into a pissing match because the old ones were greedily hogging their immortality. The Necron tier brought in Catan to help fight the old ones. The Catan turned them into the Necrons. So the old ones created Grorks and Eldar to help them fight. War of Heaven basically destroyed everything, churned up the warp, turned it into a hellscape. The old ones yeeted off, the Necrons went to sleep, the Eldar and the Gorks couldn't turn off their own savagery, so they ended up becoming feral monsters known as the Orcs, and then the Eldar murder-fucked themselves a brand new chaos god named Slaanesh, who created the Eye of Terror, which has caused all kinds of crap. And because of that, it caused a lot of stagnation in the galaxy, where the Eldar are now basically living in craft worlds where they can try to hide from Slaanesh's influence. The Dark Eldar just worship their crazy gods. The Orcs go and massacre and loot where they feel like. Like, it's just a clusterfuck. It's just a cluster bomb. Like, it's just crazy. And then humanity enters the game, and that sparks up a whole new war. Is it all humanity's fault that there's a war now? Well, only if we ignore all the pretense that led to it. But my argument would be, okay, let's say that humanity never embarked on the Great Crusade. What do you think happens? What happens to humanity? What's wrong with rooting for my home team, you know? I don't know who to go. Let's go Warden. Let's see. Raven, have you ever played the Deadliest Warrior game that was released on the Xbox 3? Yeah, I played that. It was okay. Hey, Raven, let's talk about the Guardsmen. Let's not. Hey, Raven, did Tolkien make both Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit? Yes, he did. Chaos would have won if they would work together. Yeah. Speaking of 40k, what's your favorite String Storm song, Raven? Mine's XX. My favorite String Storm song is Trust. Trust is my favorite String Storm song from their Idol series. That's my favorite. I'm a sucker for cabaret music. I love cabaret music. Raven, favorite sandwich toppings? I like roast beef, actually. How did that not kill you, Shinobi? Hey Raven, have you ever seen the SpongeBob SquarePants movie from 2004? Yes, I saw it. Hey Raven, thank you for talking about the Mass Effect trilogy. Sometimes just got it for my birthday. And I love the universe. Yeah, Mass Effect is awesome. I like Mass Effect. Hey Raven, do you have any idea for a Guardsman regiment? Sure, the Ossian Firstborn. That was the Guards regiment that Lark and I made. There we go. I like the Colombian Imperial Guard Regiment. They're basically Americans in 40K. Oh, well, y'all asked me if I made one. That's why I was answering. I like the Valhallans because Caiaphas Kane is their commissar. Ooh, that felt good. That felt good. Anyway, loads Bolter. I'm listening, Shark. I don't know what we said. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I'll pick you up. I'm a Deathcore Creek fan. Yeah, my brother's right there with you. Lark loves the Deathcore Creek. Raven, what do you think of the ODSTs from Halo? They're cool. Yay! I'm glad that the lion's back, though. That's kind of cool. Crap. There we go. Hey, Raven, I want to make a Guardsman regiment about the Harlem Hellfighters, where the mutants and humans fight for each other against chaos and tyrannage. They're like Deathcore, but they still value lives. That's cool. That's a cool idea. Got that one. Hey Raven, have you thought about doing some Halo lore? I have to admit, the more I learn about Halo, the more messed up it is. That's pretty messed up. I could try, but I would need to do research on that too. I'm not as knowledgeable. I like Jagatai too. I wish we had Naja. Naja was cool. Can we talk about Naja? Speaking of Halo, thoughts on Killzone? I don't know anything about Killzone. I love how I wasn't even aiming for you, Warmonger, but I still hit you. Ooh, Ichikiri with the big kill. Boom. There we go. Speaking of Killzone, thoughts on Wolfenstein? Jesus! There we go. Alright, when the Lion finds out what Gilliman and your brain have been doing behind closed doors, he's going to be pissed. I think the Lion is pretty pissed with Gilliman anyway. Hey Raven, I'm not sure if you did or not, but will you talk about the probation time? Oh, you mean the Prohibition? Like, you mean the 1920s Prohibition? I could talk a bit about that. But it looks like everyone else wants to talk about other stuff. Hey Raven, I heard about this game called For Honor. I think you may enjoy it. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about maybe looking into a game called For Honor. Alright. Oh, shoot. No, Warmonger, I don't want that. Leave me alone, War Mommy. There we go. War Mommy died to a pikeman. As she should. Would you get out of here, officer? There we go. Raven, any proposed changes to Warden? Yeah, allow them to go into a light. Allow them to combo their lights after an unblockable heavy. Like, allow them to, give them some combos outside of just a 2-hit combo here. There we go. Hey Raven, have you watched Cobra Kai? Nope. Hey Raven, what was Horus's plan if he won the heresy? At the end, he and his brother would still belong to Chaos. Well, he'd probably try to rule the Imperium in the name of Chaos, because the Chaos gods convinced Horus that he could run the Imperium better. Alright, we took the zone. Raven, have you seen the anime Spice and Wolf? I have not, though I have heard about it. I have heard about it. Hannah recently got me to watch Vinland Saga, and now I'm watching, well, I was rewatching Ranma. I'm dead. Or I was, until the Shinobi decided to be stupid. Thanks, Shinobi, for being incredibly dumb. I have to say, what Ubisoft needs to fix Warden is to give him a light chain. Make his heavy slightly faster and give him more stamina. For the love of God, give him more stamina. I agree with that. Warden has such poor stamina. Who's your favorite hero to play as? I have a lot of fun playing all the heroes. I enjoy all of them to some extent. Kill this guy. There we go. Raven, what is the weirdest glitch that has happened to you in For Honor? What you just saw tonight was probably the weirdest. What Hema school did you study, Raven? The group I was a part of mainly studies Fiore, and they have a rivalry with a German group in a neighboring town. I didn't study with this HEMA group in my town long enough to learn what they studied. In fact, I don't even remember if they even said. I just knew that they called themselves the Bluffton School of HEMA. Thank you. What is your favorite execution? The Halloween one where the villain turns out to be a vampire and you shove a cross in their chest. That's my favorite. Because then I can say burn heretic unironically. If I want to know more about Halo War, I recommend Installation 00. Wasn't he the same person who tried to argue that the Halo TV show was actually good? Wasn't that him? I remember that he made a really bad take about the Halo TV show being good. And I remember that I was getting ready to do a response video to him, but then he took down his video quickly because he realized that everyone was pissed off by it. I remember Shad responded to it. Anyway, let's see. I got time for one more breach match. Got time for one more. Sorry, I know I'm not nearly as entertaining without Lark here. I'm trying, though, I promise. I'm trying my hardest to be as entertaining as I can, but I know it's tough without Lark here. Lark helps give, like, good build-up. Like, we work off each other. Place Synth and Breach for Lark. You know what? I don't like repeating, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. You're right. I'm going to do this for Lark. I'm going to play his favorite one of my characters. Raven, if someone were to make a 40k anime, what would you want it to be about? I want it to be about Caiaphas Kane. If you're going to make anything Warhammer Fantasy related, make it about Caiaphas Kane. He is so cool. Hey Raven, what would win in a fight, a shark or an alligator? Okay, where are they fighting? Are they in the swamp? Alligator. Are they in the sea? Shark. Installation 00 has apologized about that. He did say he was on a lot of copium at the time. Yeah, he should apologize for it. In fact, what I love about it is he released a statement later saying, hey guys, I took that video down because I realized that people were getting upset by it. I still think I'm right though. So I was kind of like, nah. But if he later apologized, that's good. But frankly, I thought that the video, when I watched it, was hot garbage. It was hot garbage. You're right, he was on a lot of copium at the time, and it showed. Now, I don't really care about Caiaphas Kane, as I haven't read any books about him, but he sounds pretty cool. Caiaphas Kane! Okay, let me be clear. When I first got into Warhammer 40k, I was so wrapped up in like the Space Marines and the Primarchs and stuff like that, I barely thought about the Guard. I barely thought about the Guard or the small stuff. Caiaphas Kane really brings a different perspective to Warhammer because you can see the war from the vantage point of the regular Guard. And I think that brings a lot to the story. I think that there's a lot that Caiaphas Kane brings. He's believable. He's cool. He bangs an Inquisitor. Look, you know what? You could put Caiaphas Kane in a room with a bunch of Space Marines, and all those Space Marines could talk about all the cool things they did. I killed a Chaos Demon with just my bare hands. Oh yeah, you think that's cool? I slaughtered an Orc War Chief with a chainsword and my arm being ripped off. Oh yeah, you think that's awesome? I stared down a Dark Eldar Titan, and I lived to tell about it. And the last one, oh, you think that's cool? I took down a Tyranid Hive fleet with nothing but a grenade in my hand. Then they all look at Caiaphas Kane. I had sex with an Inquisitor. Every single one of them would drop their own shit story and go, "What? You did what? Tell. Give me details. What the heck? You actually put your chainsword on an Inquisitor. Who? How? Why? How? Are we allowed to know? Would we die if we found out?" And all Caiaphas Kane would do is sit there and drink his Tana tea and say, I sure did. and Amberly Vale, the Inquisitor in question, would say, he did, with my permission. Oh, I love Caiaphas Kane. He is so awesome. Caiaphas Kane is the coolest part of, is one of the coolest dudes ever. Insanely lucky, but believable too. He's not one of these people like, oh, I'm just so superhumanly awesome. No, he's very much human, but he's just insanely lucky and blessed by the Emperor, I'd say. His hat is a little silly. He's a commissar. All commissars have those hats. Every Space Marine in the room, real shit! Yes, exactly! Now, some people have tried to argue, and I disagree with this heavily, some people have tried to argue that Amberly Vale, the Inquisitor, didn't care a bit about Caiaphas. The only reason she entertained Caiaphas was because of Jurgen. Jurgen was Caiaphas' aide, and Jurgen was a blank, which means that he was resistant to psycho attacks. And people have said the only reason she entertained Caiaphas Kane was because of Jurgen. That's the only reason. I have 3 arguments to refute this. Number 1, She did not know that Jurgen was a blank at the ball and Gravelax when she was in disguise, and she purposefully went to Caiaphas to dance with him, even though it didn't do anything for her or her cover. It didn't help her in any way. She just wanted to dance with him. So she was already attracted to him based on that alone. Number two, if all she wanted was Jurgen, she could very easily just take Jurgen from him and add him to her own team. And she does make the argument, no. The problem is, the Inquisition is a very difficult group, and the problem is if I tried to take Jurgen from your place, it would draw a lot of attention. No one would have stopped her. The Inquisition probably wouldn't have cared all that much because there are other Inquisitors like Eisenhorn who have blanks in their repertoire. It's not that big of a deal. So she made that excuse so that she could continue to visit Caiaphas, obviously. And then the final reason, if all she wanted him for was Jurgen, why did she sleep with him? Yeah, she liked him. She liked Caiaphas. I really do think that. I think she really liked Caiaphas. I think she had a romantic interest in him, but was still more loyal to. It was still loyal as an inquisitor first. But the argument that people say that, oh no, she only wanted Jurgen, she didn't care about Caiaphas, objectively false. She was testing if Caiaphas was also blank. If she had children with Caiaphas, I'd be like, yes. Hey Raven, are you going to make a video about the White Knight eventually? I'll have to look up into Caiaphas Kane sometime. Please do the first book in the Caiaphas Kane series for the Emperor. Great book. My favorite book in the series so far, I haven't finished them all yet, is probably The Traitor's Hand. That's my favorite. It's the third one. Listen, she wanted her chainsword by her side. You're damn right she did. You're damn right she did. In fact, there was one moment, I actually like the audiobooks of the Caiaphas Kane series. I really like the audiobook in the Caiaphas Kane series because the voice actress for Amberly adds a little tidbit when Caiaphas implies that he had a sexual relation with a tech priestess in his past before he met her. She has this almost like little edge to her voice when she brings it up. Almost like she doesn't like that. Almost like, not as good as me. And I like how Caiaphas says at one point, like, so there was another commissar who believes that Kane was having a relationship with a guardswoman under his command. Kane in his archive says completely ridiculous. For one thing, she didn't swing that way. She was a lesbian. For two, that would be entirely inappropriate. And for three, he says this, I only have room for one homicide. I only have room for one dangerously lethal woman in my life. And then Amberly to that says, which I choose to take as a compliment. I'm like, and you should. I love Caiaphas, man. Caiaphas is easily my favorite Warhammer character. Considering where children of important figures in the Imperium and War Orphans go, Scholar Progenium, I really would not wish they ever had a child. And maybe that's why Amberly didn't have a child with them. Maybe that's why, because she knew what would happen. But would have been very cool if they did. Imagine if you ever said to her, I've had better. No, dude, you don't understand. If you said that to an Inquisitor, nah. You don't say that to an Inquisitor, even if it is true. If Amberly Vale wanted my jock, she could be the worst lay in the world, I'd still say, that was amazing. There we go. I feel better now that I've dropped that. Hey Raven, ever heard of our true Lord and Savior space bugs that definitely aren't Tyranids? No, I haven't heard of these Lords and Saviors that definitely aren't Tyranids. What are your favorite Easter movies? There aren't a lot of those, but I have to admit, I do like, there was an old cartoon, it was like a cartoon version of the Jesus Easter story. I always like that. It's a short movie, though. But there are just not a lot of Easter movies out there that I can think of. What are Inquisitors in Warhammer 40k? The Inquisition is a group of organizations within 40k with absolute discretionary and judicial power. Basically, what an Inquisitor says goes. They have the right and power to judge you for heresies or for what have you, and execute you on the spot if they want to. They also have permission to order exterminatus on whole worlds if they want to. Their job is to protect the Imperium from aliens and heresies and itself. If an Inquisitor shows up and starts bossing people around, you better damn well listen. Even Lord Generals flinch when an Inquisitor walks in. Hey Raven, would you rather be a master with a devil fruit or a master with hockey? Hockey, because then I could counter devil fruits, but I'm not going to pretend like I wouldn't want a cool devil fruit power. Hooray! Drop the thing! Hey Raven, did you know you could toe stab a minion with Gladiator? I did not know that. That's kind of cool. Though the Inquisition rarely conducts an exterminatus. Very rarely, but they are allowed to. Favorite house Assassinorum? I don't know all the houses of Assassinorum. Right. Sorry for being late, Raven. What are your thoughts on the Lawbringer rework? It's too overpowered. Hey Raven, if you watch My Last Day anime, it's about Jesus' crucifixion. I have not seen that. That'd be kind of cool to see. Hey Raven, what other races will you read about after the Caiaphas Kane books? I need to finish reading the Horus Heresy series. And then I don't know, we'll have to see. Hey Raven, what color lightsaber would you want? White, probably. I've always liked the color silver. That would be my guess, anyway. Raven, what would you remove from Lawbringer's rework? Maybe his infinite, unblockable ability. That seems a bit broken. Let's drop another. Yay, there we go. We didn't win yet. No, not yet. We're close, though. Hey, Raven, which For Honor character would you like to learn more about? With how we got here, it's based on Apollyon, Holding Cross, and Toes, and which campaign character do you think most deserves one next? IU. Either that or Stegander. There we go. Ow. Do your thing, Shinobi. Alright, I'll do it. I don't mind. Hey, Raven, have you seen the movie Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit? No, I haven't really watched any Wallace and Gromit movies. They didn't break through, but they're closed, so we're just gonna drop it one more time. Hey, Raven, which 40k characters race do you like to make fun of? The Tau. I love making fun of the Tau. Because everyone says, oh, they're objectively the best. They're the good faction. They have better technology than everybody. They're just peaceful and they're awesome like that. And they love people and they accept other races and beliefs. I'm like, yeah, you don't know how this works. What do you think about a playthrough of Resident Evil 4 remake? Would I have to play the other Resident Evils? Because I've never played any of the Resident Evils. How would Shaggy fare in Warhammer 40k lore? That's like asking how would Goku fare. No! Lawbringer, leave me alone. Leave me alone, Lawbringer. I said leave me alone! Magnus did nothing wrong. No, you're right. He did nothing wrong, you're right. He just didn't do anything right either. See, that's the thing. Whenever people say, Magnus did nothing wrong, I always go, yeah, he didn't do anything right either. Hooray, we win! I'm gonna chill with grapes. Yep. Alright, well that's probably gonna be where we end it tonight, guys. I'm honestly getting tired and I know it's not as fun without Lark. So this is your chance to ask me questions if you want to while I go through and edit some of the stuff. Why do my beloved Tau constantly get mocked? They're nice guys for Warhammer anyway. They're nice blue boys. Well, maybe it's because people constantly try to mock other factions using them. It's like, hey, your faction is incomparable to the Tau because the Tau are just so objectively perfect. And I'm always like, they're not. You're saying because you're an Imperium, and you're an Imperium, you don't care about other races. Why don't you shut up and talk about some of the shit that the Tau do wrong? Like, and they do stuff wrong. They take birth control to a whole new level, for example. Which culture do you think the Outlander will be from? I have no idea. Hey Raven, what do you think of Boromir, both as a character and for story purposes? Bland, but he was fine in the books. In the movie, they made him a bit more than he actually was, if I recall. It's been a while since I read Fellowship. Let's see. Want to join on a crusade to retake the Holy Land for Easter? Sure, why not? Hey Raven, do you think that the Khan will ever return from the webway? I hope so. I like the Khan. But the Tau can't even melee. Emperor's eyes glow. What? Hey Raven, if you could make any hero skin for any hero, what would it be? I don't know. Female Shugoki skin, just to mess with people. I've always either heard the Tau were the worst or the best faction. That's because when the Tau were first released, people got mad because they were goody two-shoes in every way, and people were like, this doesn't fit. So they had to quickly add bad stuff about them. Do you think Apollyon would make a great Inquisitor? Not really. Hey Raven, what are your thoughts on the Leagues of the Votan? I don't know what those are. I still want a Spartan hero, please. I could go without. It's still plenty of fun with you, Raven. Lark may make things more fun with someone to bounce off of, but never forget that all of us came here for you first and foremost. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Ruth has an exclusive Warden skin. Please! Dead Game Law. Good to have you here, Mashed Couch Potato. I prefer Bake, personally. I really hope the new Night skin is not Lawbringer. And they call her Big Mama. Hey Raven, Corvus Mommy or Khan Mommy? One you get, the other dies. Khan Mommy. Jagatai Khan is going too fast to find the exit. Agreed. To the Tower of the Aphira? Yes. The Leagues of the Space Dwarves in 40k. So they are. The Leagues of Votan are just the squats. Oh! So they're Space Dwarves. I don't know enough to say one thing one way or the other. Fem, Hito, or War Mommy? Neither. Neither, please. I choose life. The Tower, what happened when you let Avatar weeaboos get interstellar tech? Yeah, actually, yeah. You could like Lawbringer hero skin be Vlad the Impaler. That'd be cool. What if For Honor had an Easter themed season? That'd be nice. Khan has the speed, lol. Yes, he does. Resident Evil 4 Remake is very beginner friendly. You could play through the game easily without needing to play the previous ones. Alright, I'll give it a look then. I'll give it a look once I get some more money in the bank. Once I get some more money in the bank, I'll be able to do things. Because right now I've been doing a lot more writing. Yeah. And working on a lot of stories that I haven't been able to work on. In fact, I started a brand new story called The Sorceress. It's pretty awesome, I think. I think it's going very well. I'm enjoying working on it. The Sorceress. You know how it is. Anyway, Khan actually rode a rhino and ran over the Emperor once. I'll bet he did. I think Warmonger is best going for honor. You're free to that opinion. You're wrong, but you're free to it. Also, Major Kill said that if there's a hope in settling the, like 40k, then it's a good idea because hope can be crushed and or destroyed at any moment. Yep. Sadly, the Baton's battle cry isn't rock and stone. My pain knows no bounds. Correct. I've been worried over the For Honor Easter execution involving egg laying. Ha. Whoa! Dale Expert just dropped $50. Here's your dang money. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Well, that $50 will not go to waste. I appreciate that a whole lot. It's just today was the day I paid my Discover bill, so I was like, I had to pay my credit card bill. That's not fun. I don't like paying that bill. It's very irritating. I don't know a lot about 40k lore, but I'm all for humanity, so Imperium, here I come. Hey, I'm all for humanity too. If you ask me, if I was thrust in the role of Warhammer 40k and I had to pick my side, I'm going humanity. I'll deal with the space tyranny as long as they're supporting me. Because chaos is going to mess with my body and mind. The Tower are going to force me to capitulate to a thing that I don't agree with. The Orcs are going to crump me. The Tyranids are going to eat me. The Necrons are going to destroy me. The Eldar are either going to enslave me if they're Dark Eldar, or they're just going to kill me for being a Monkai. No one's gonna take care of me. You know? So I'm gonna pick the faction that might protect me. Might. Hey Raven, how long can a story be? Like a few pages or a whole 10 pages? That depends entirely on the story. But what if you could convince the Eldar to not be such stuck-up, self-serving, knife-ear pricks? Well, while we're making wishes about things that won't come true, I'd also wish for the Emperor to come back to life now. Please. Hey Raven, would you like to have the story mode Nobushi's Momiji helmet, or is it too unrealistic? I'd take it, but I like this helm. Bread. I don't know how many to put for a story. I went to the store today to buy some bread. There, that's a story. It's simple, it's boring, but it's still a story. You know? Hey Raven, have you ever been outside the USA? Yes, I have, but not for very long. It was only for a few days. And it wasn't even that far. I went to Jamaica once. I don't know about Warhammer at all, but my dumb ass is listening to this and agreeing like I know anything. Hey, there you go. I want Vulcan back. Vulcan lives! You know, I'd rather be talking about Warhammer 40k than other stuff. Like, remember last stream when we talked about My Little Pony for a while? That was interesting. I don't even know how we got into 40k discussions this time, honestly. That's a little weird. How did we do that? By the Emperor, of course. In the U.S., we have a tax on everything Whiterun. All Warhammer films should go memes aside. Which For Honor hero, which do you think you genuinely fall in love with? Nobushi. Raven, what would happen if there was a God of War event in For Honor? I don't know how I feel about that. No more MLP. Agreed. Have you been drinking water? I've got Gatorade right here. Well, I'm gonna head out. Nice stream, Raven. Hope you have a good general time following. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You talked about My Little Pony without me being around to make it worse. For shame. I can't help that you weren't there, but yes, we did talk about it last time. I literally stomped when you said that, and my cousin looked at me with fear and confusion. Why'd you stomp? Let the chat flow, Raven. Though you understand, I thought you understood basic water bending. I do understand basic water bending. I really do. Do 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 do. All right, I made my way through all of it, and I'm still alive. All right, I'll take a few more questions, then I'm going to sign off for the night. Let's see. Did you see that Christmas scene where Griffin called Astrid a war mommy and talked about gifts? Yes. Favorite Neo 2 weapon? Would you like it? Would you like it in For Honor? My favorite Neo 2. I like the scythe from Neo 2. Lovely stream, Raven, except for that one crash. Yeah, that was weird. Hey, Raven, what about a Middle Earth For Honor crossover thoughts? That'd be cool. Hey, Raven, which Outlander do you think has the best drip? Magi, probably. Either that or Aphira. Hey, Raven, what is the weirdest fact in history? I don't even know how to answer that. I remember I still kind of want you to give in and watch My Little Pony, but I know better than to expect anything. Oh, you want to hear something funny? I did watch some of My Little Pony. I used to babysit a lot, and I also had a friend, one of my artist friends, not Hannah, a different one, before Hannah, who loved My Little Pony, and she convinced me to watch some of it with her. And I think, how many seasons was it? I think I watched seasons 1 through maybe 3. It was harmless. I didn't hate it. It just wasn't for me. I put up with it because of the company I kept who enjoyed it. Because they liked it, I put up with it. They put up with a lot of the stuff I like. Like, she did not like One Piece, but she put up with it for me. So we had to put up with a lot of stuff for each other. Let's see. Hey, Raven, I'll answer that. So would you rather have a Power Mace, Corvus, or Thunder Hammer? I don't know the difference between those. Given that I'm on a Ruby bit recently, how many side characters is too many? Well, take Monster Club, my story with a lot of side characters. I had like 7 or 8. That kind of pushed me a bit. Which game is the best for Shinto mythology? Neo. Have a great Easter, Raven. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. Hey, Raven, I don't have any questions, but I just want to wish you a good night. Thank you, LP. I appreciate that. Hey, Raven, which historical figures are absolute chads? Name 5 if possible. John Hunyadi, King Richard the Lionheart, Queen Elizabeth, let's see. Jesus Christ, obviously. I mean, he kind of goes without saying. And Admiral Yin Shun Sen. Hey, Raven, I answered that. Well, wait, when's the next stream? I'll talk about that in a minute. Raven, did you see the April Fool prank in For Honor? Oh, the wolf and sheep thing? Yes. It ended at 9 seasons. I'm just happy it got a proper finale instead of just going on and on until it got canceled. Oh, wait, it's actually over? Huh, interesting. How can I be cool like you, Raven? I don't know, man. I don't even think I'm that cool. I'm off later, Shark Guy. Gang is it okay to have a chat of legendary figures in your fic, even though it makes you wonder why the fic is even about them? I mean, you can. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen did it. Have a great Easter, Lord Raven, and my prayers go out to you and your brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm single, but I feel like I wouldn't expect any partner of mine to watch things I liked, and I would hope they offer me that some grace. Well, I watched because I care about them. You know, you learn to appreciate what other people like. Raven, Richard the Lionheart, and Fallout. That'd be actually kind of cool. Is it a bad thing if some of your side characters aren't super deep? I don't think it's a bad thing, but you do need to kind of understand your side characters. All right. I think that about wraps it up. Okay, so let me go ahead and say a few things now before too many people leave, because I do have a few announcements. Firstly, you were asking when the next stream is. I don't know just yet. I am leaning on possibly Monday. I will do a stream on something other than For Honor. But I am going home tomorrow to be with family for the weekend for Easter. So that is a thing that's happening. And I will not be back until Monday evening. So I may stream then. I don't know. I will still do a For Honor Friday next week. I will do a For Honor Friday. Lark won't be here, but I'll do it. So expect that. And as for what comes out this week, we'll just have to see what happens. It's going to be a crazy week for me. Now let me see. Last questions. Yeah, MLP got a new generation on Netflix, so it's still going, but Friendship is Magic got a proper ending. I still tear up thinking about it. Awesome, man. I'm glad for you. I didn't watch the ending. I like I said, I think I only watched like 3 seasons, and then I was kind of done, so. Good. Glad. Anyway, I thought that was another question. Okay, never mind. Okay, so really glad to have you guys along. I'm sorry that we had that weird glitch during the first game, and I'm sorry that we had to start over and do another stream. And I'm also sorry it's slanderous, because this seems to happen every time we play together. Something happens and we end up canceling. That's why it's so hard to invite people, because I just do not trust Ubisoft or my internet. All right, well, I think that about does it. I'll be driving tomorrow most of the day, so you probably won't hear much from me. Expect another stream on Monday. Hopefully I'll have some more videos out soon. And that's about it. I would ask Lark if there's anything else he wanted to say, but he's not here. Please continue to pray for him and his group. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I had a lot of fun. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.